Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this live. And if you're catching this later, thank you for taking time out your day to watch and tune in with me. I am broadcasting today on Facebook, on multiple Facebook pages, as well as LinkedIn and YouTube. I think we're running on Twitter also. So today's topic is navigating ChatGPT's hallucinations, Women's History Month, trademark, and podcasters. So I know that's a whole bunch of things. You probably don't think they're all connected, but I'm going to bring them together, or that's just what's going on in my head right now. So, number one, I told you guys I was going to start going live more, so I'm committing to it. I said that this year is the phrase is do it dirty. It doesn't have to be perfect. So here I am. Number two, I was working on a Women's History Month blog this morning. And the topic of my blog was or is Madam CJ Walker. So she is um, America's first American woman millionaire. She's an amazing inventor. And I'm not going to go into all of those details of all the things that she has done because I'm going to save that for my article tomorrow and talk to you about that tomorrow. But I was using ChatGPT to help write my article. So if you aren't using ChatGPT, it is a website or the app now that people can use as a personal assistant, to just say that plainly. You can go into ChatGPT, ask it questions, and it will spit out answers based upon the knowledge that it has. So the version of ChatGPT, which is 3.5, that came out, it was the one that most of us started on. They gave you a warning that all the information is not correct or factual. We only have information up until 2021. Then ChatGPT 4 came. It was a little bit better. And there were also plugins where you could, when you insert your information, ChatGPT will also give you the sources of that information. So one of the things that people in general do not like about ChatGPT and the other sites such as Perplexity or Claude is that they say they're not reliable. What they do, they are trained. They are trained based on what's on the internet, but there's this thing that it does that are called hallucinations. And that's essentially where ChatGPT gives you incorrect information. And so it happened to me today while working on this blog. So I wanted to talk to you guys about it. So again, there are businesses, there are schools, there are other organizations that either discourage the use of ChatGPT or generative AI, or they just don't know enough about it. So there's this negative light, and one of it is these things. So as an attorney, um, one of the biggest cases, so to speak, that I heard about hallucinations was there was an attorney in New York, I believe it was last year in 2023. He appeared in court, apparently with a brief written by an associate at his firm. At the firm, when you are overseeing other attorneys and just in general, you should check your work. If the paralegal is there, you should check the work. So everything looked fine, except that when you got into the document, it had made up cases in it. Like the cases did not exist anywhere. So come to find out that the person that prepared that document did use ChatGPT and did not go back and check the work or check what ChatGPT had generated. So for me, today, when I was preparing my blog about Madam CJ Walker, which is somebody that I have already known about, information about her is not necessarily new to me. So when I'm reading the article that ChatGPT prepared for me, because I'm going through it, I'm fact checking, I'm adding links to credible sources, it just made up something. It made up something that Madam CJ Walker never invented. But the thing is, with the hallucination, it sounded good. Like it sounded like it was true and it was factual. And I'm sitting here like, well, let me go and double check. It named her system something that it was not named. So I wanted to talk to you guys about that and give you a warning and let you know that this does happen, but that doesn't mean that these tools are not unreliable. Now, if I would have gone ahead, post that article on my website, it would be out there in the world, on the internet forever. I would look like a fool. I don't want that to happen. And I don't want that to happen to you. So when you guys start using these tools, and if you're using them based upon, factual information, you do want to check your sources. Now, if you're using it to create, hey, I want to create a children's book on this, a made up story, that's one thing. But definitely if you're using it in you're using facts, do not solely rely on ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, Gemini, all the other sources, even if it looks good. Now, with that being said, last month was Black History Month, and I'm going to be honest, I did not uh, post as much for Black History Month as I used to. It just had a lot going on. Now, this is Women's History Month. I don't want that to be the same thing. So, my goal, like writing this blog, is to bring a different woman to you each week and talk about what she has done in the area of intellectual property, specifically when it comes to trademarks. Madam C.J. Walker has Madam C.J. Walker, the family and organizations, they do have trademarks. So that's what I will be discussing tomorrow. Um, Another topic that has come up this month that has been heavily on my mind are podcasters. So I told you this is like everything thrown together. My mind is always going like this. I have appeared on a lot of podcasts lately, and I've appeared as a guest, and it's been a wonderful experience. But I realized that most of the podcasts I appear on do not have trademarks themselves. Um, a lot of them did not give me contracts to sign as a guest host on the podcast. So I started thinking and talking to some of my friends that are in the podcast world about what can I do to help you, in this trademark process. So last week, I put up a survey on my main page or my personal page on Facebook asking you guys what type of courses would you want. So I asked, do you want a DIY, do it yourself trademark course? Did you want a course on how to monetize your trademark after you receive it? Or did you want like more ChatGPT courses? So how to DIY your trademark was the number one answer. So I am working on something for that in the back end, and it doesn't mean that the other courses will not come out. This just helped me prioritize what you need. Again, I get on here every day or talk about trademarks. So I want people in my community to truly be supported. So if you are watching this later and you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them into the chat or send me an inbox. And I am also going to give you a link if you are interested in getting my newsletter. So this newsletter is specifically about AI. I'm always going to talk about IP. IP is included in this whole, AI world, but this is definitely going to be more AI heavy. I will also include a link to just my general newsletter, which will have more of the information and stories such as Madam CJ Walker and other trademark, copyright, and business tips. And let me know what you want from me. So I am here to help you. So I hope you guys have a great day. I'll be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Today was delayed because Jason Kelsey was making his announcement that we expected that he's not going to return and he is retiring from football, and he just bawled his eyes out and I was crying. So I knew this was going to be a little bit later. So talk to you guys tomorrow.